The guy that was juice but still got the juice. Richie Evans, how
Yeah,
are you doing, sir?
man, I'm good, brother. How you?
I'm not too bad, not too bad. Now, this is the first time I'm ever
Oh,
doing this with any artist.
okay,
Now, I've
okay.
got I've got I've got a selection of caps. Now obviously I know you rep Arizona. I know that you've raised
I,
there,
I, s-
and I got the Phoenix Suns right now.
I
So
seen it. I seen it.
yeah, I see. I figured it out before coming into the interview. I thought, let me just surprise you with that. So I've got two
Good
choices
shit.
for you. So I can either wear this for the interview, or I got another one. Bear with me. I got this one. So you got a choice.
No, honestly, the other one was good money. I like the other one
You like the other
because
one,
it
yeah?
looks exclusive. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Say no more. Say no more. So I'll literally be wearing this one throughout the entire interview, man. Because I thought I had a couple of selection of caps, so I thought like, let me just hit you with a few, and you give me a few. And this is like the first time I'm ever doing this. I thought like, will this sit well? But it seems like this one's sitting well. What do you think?
That's good shit right there. I'm with it. I like it. I like the vibe on it.
All right, I like the vibes. I like what you're coming with as well, man. So there's a few things that I just wanted to clear up, just to make sure that my research is proper, because I've done a lot of research on you, but I just want to make sure all of it is correct.
For
So,
sure.
were you born in Pennsylvania? Just to clear it up.
Yes, yes.
All right, so you were born in Pennsylvania, but you were raised in Arizona.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
when did you move over to Arizona? Was it at a young age, or did you go like later in life? Like, what was the situation there?
I was born in Pennsylvania, and like I said, I was raised in Phoenix. I moved to Phoenix when I was like 4 years old. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Okay, okay, okay. Because I was gonna ask you about whether you were a Steelers or Pirates fan when you were born in Pennsylvania, but as you moved over when you were 4 years old, you probably wouldn't have a recollection of what it was like to being in Pennsylvania, right?
well, I mean, so yeah, no, I mean, like I said, that's where all my family was at. You know what I'm saying? My grandma, my uncle, you know what I'm saying? My aunties, everybody. So, and every summer I went back every summer to see my family. So, of course, when it got to sports, I'm not a Pirates fan. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan though. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? That's that's my football squad. You know what I'm saying? And outside of the Lakers and Kobe Bryant, of course, I rep the Suns as well. But um, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Like being having the ability to have best of the both worlds, having an East Coast and West Coast kind of stamp, really, is solid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you feel like you can tap into both worlds, really, even though like at a young age you moved over to Arizona, which you've been across all your life, but you still have that
Uh,
sort of connection there with Pennsylvania, even though if it was a short time.
yeah, for sure.
I hear that. I hear that. So, you know, there's a few traditions in Arizona that I wanted to tap into, and I wanted to find out whether these resonate with you because I did a
Okay.
few like bits of research, but I just wanted to see if they like merged well with you.
Yeah.
So the first one I come across was the university aspect. You were either a Sun
Yeah.
Devil or a Wildcat, especially
Right.
when it came to the Territorial Cup. Did that ever resonate
Facts.
with you?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so were you a Sun Devil or a Wildcat?
Sun Devil.
Okay, so what was the vibes there as far as because I don't know about when it comes to like universities in the states and how much like culture there is as far as that. So
Right.
what made you choose like the Sun Devils as a team? Like what was the vibes there for you?
Well, well, what it is Arizona State. Like I said, that's a Phoenix college. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
that's more around where I was raised and where I was from. You know what I mean? And a bunch of my support system and friends and family and supporters all live in that area. Now the Wildcats, that's a hour drive to another city called Tucson. Even though it's still in Arizona,
Yeah.
it's not in the city and region on what I'm saying, where I grew up and kind of where I'm from. So it was just automatically a easier fit, just to represent, what I'm saying, the culture that you grew up in, you know.
Okay, okay, all right. So that's something I'm learning there. Okay, cool. I almost feel like it's almost like a Harry Potter vibes that you go into these like different sort of like classes, if you will. I'm not a heavy Harry Potter fan, but it kind of like the vibes of what I'm picking up for it is either like you
Right.
go for one team or the other, and definitely for you, like you were strong in the Sun Devils, man.
For sure.
So the next one I've come across is that you would cook on the street or on the car on hot parts of the street. Is that true for you?
Now it's true, but not for me. What I mean by that is, um, Arizona gets so hot sometimes where we do these tests. So
Right.
what it is it'll be like 110 degrees outside, and we'll crack an egg and put it on the street to see if it'll cook by itself, and
Right.
it does. You know what I'm saying? Now people don't sit there and eat that. You know what I'm saying? But they just do it for the they just do it for the aspect to really show how hot it really does get out here. You know what I mean? Because Arizona is known for 115, 120 degree weather in the
Wow.
summer, and it's crucial, man. Yeah,
Wow.
man.
Have you ever done those tests yourself?
I did. I did the egg test before. Yeah.
Right, and it was successful for you, so that you actually
Yeah.
had like a fully cooked egg on the street.
Yeah. Fully cooked egg on the street. Yeah, man.
I mean, it wouldn't be so successful on our side of the turf because, like, us Brits, we go through weather like, it's like a sex change. It doesn't know what it wants to be. So it's
Oh, I
kind of
bet.
like raining one minute, then it's like sunny the next minute. Right now it's sunny, but earlier it was like pissing down with rain. So literally, I
Yeah.
don't think I'll be able to achieve the same level of putting an egg on the floor as you
Well,
would. So.
hey, then what we got to do is, man, maybe sooner down the line, man, you got to come out to Arizona, man. I could take you on a little run around the city, man, and show you how we get down out here.
I feel you. I feel you. I mean, if I can fit in your suitcase, considering these current times, then I'll do it. It's fine. I'll find a way to get over there. So the next one is you would take photos of stuff falling from the sky, whether there's rain, snow, or hail. Do you do that yourself?
No. I mean, that's something that I don't do. But I mean, there are people out here who do it, but I don't though. That's not my thing.
Yeah. So you're just more like you just go out and not worry about the
Yeah.
weather. As like you're not one of them obsessives that take photos or do
Yeah,
like
nah,
Instagram stories and things like that.
Nah, man. I just go out and enjoy my day, man. I make sure that I get the good vibes and vibrations. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. Every now and then I'll take a picture of a nice scenery, but it's not something I consistently do. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I hear you. And the last one I came across was snowbirds.
Yeah.
Apparently, the opinion of either you like them or hate them, is that true to you?
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying, a lot of things change when the snowbirds come down. Of course, traffic picks up a little bit more than normal. I don't really have an issue with them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think that Arizona is one of the nicest places where you have the opportunity to do that. You know what I'm saying? To, fly in for the summers and spring and then fly out when it gets, super, super hot and crucial. So no, I really don't have an issue with it, with the snowbirds. You know what I'm saying? I think they, good to go on my terms.
Okay. So, I mean, we have a thing over here. I don't know if you are aware of it. We have a thing called Marmite where you could put spread on toast. It's kind of like it's like a yeast extract. So it's kind of like it's not a bitter taste, but it's kind of over here where we have the opinion of you either like it or you hate it. It's kind of like one of those like hate love terms. In my case, I love it.
Right.
I absolutely love it. But some people, the Brits, they just don't like it. So
Is that the same thing? Because I've been over there a few times.
okay.
Is that the same thing as something called Vegemite?
Close, very, very close. So Marmite and Vegemite are very, very similar. I think Vegemite is more. I think it's more suited for vegetarians. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But it has that similar vibe of what we're going with as far as that. So yeah, you're close to that.
I haven't had I've had Vegemite before, but I haven't had the other one. So
Okay.
but I'm sure it's all right though.
Yeah. I mean, you had Vegemite. I mean, how was that with you?
It was different. It was different. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
So it sounds like you wouldn't go out your way to go grocery shopping and pick it up though.
Yeah, nah. But I'd rather be a fish and chips type of guy or something. You know what I mean?
All right, fair enough.
Give me some give me some curry or something. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
nice, nice. Yeah, we definitely have that over here, man. I mean, you just mentioned that you've been over to London quite a few times, and obviously we're
Yeah.
going to get into, touring with the game and stuff like that later on. But what was your experiences being in
Yeah.
London? What did you take away from being on our side of the turf?
Oh man, actually, man, you know, I I always have a great time out there, man, just due to the fact that it's hospitable, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we always have a good time when we do shows. Um, as far as bringing, hip hop music over there and just kind of vibing. I always eat well too. Like every time I go over there, I eat phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the hospitality, the love, the respect, and appreciation is always A1, man. So I always have a great time.
Yeah, do you know what? I feel the same when I come over to, part of the States, and the closest to the States was New York. I've been to
Okay.
Toronto for at least a month, and y'all over there just give us the
Okay.
same respect as well. So I feel like when I'm over there, I feel like we're royalty when we come over. It's just like, especially with the
Right.
ladies, when they hear our accents, it's like, oh my God, you sound so beautiful. You know what I mean? And then you get close to the draws. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, feel me. Yeah, you know what I mean. It goes hand in hand.
No, I hear that, man.
Yeah,
So I mean, how's the past year been for you? I mean, obviously we're still in the light of the pandemic. Things are kind of opening up now on
yeah.
our side. Like, how have things been for you? Is not only musically, but also like mentally and trying to keep up and just trying to keep as best as possible throughout these times.
You know, as far as the pandemic go, man, like I said, it's of course it was a little bit straining at the very beginning. You know what I mean? Of course that it was something we was all trying to understand and figure out like exactly what was fully going on. During that particular time though, man, it kind of helped me kind of slow down a little bit and really put some life things into perspective. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? I mean, I was able through that particular time to, you know, basically just grow,
mm,
and it also made me, it made me work a little bit harder. It made me work a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? As far as um music goes, you know what I'm
mm.
saying? Like, I was able to really bunker down and really create some very very strong quality new music that we're just starting to release right now. So yeah,
Yeah,
man, it was good for me.
we're gonna go into all of that in a bit, because I have come across your catalog and like, there's no wrongdoing with you when it comes to your raps
Thank you,
and your
sir.
and your music, man. So we're gonna go into that in a bit, man. I mean, obviously being in Arizona, there's not much I know about Arizona as far as the music scene over there. Like,
Right,
obviously you go to New York, you go to LA, you
right,
go Philly, like, those music scenes in and out. But with Arizona, there's
right.
not a lot that I am aware of. So, being that you're heavily R&B and hip hop influenced, like, was there like a big music scene over in Arizona? Like, give us an idea of what it was like over in Arizona musically.
Musically, there wasn't, and that was always one of the biggest hurdles that I think any artist from the city has. It doesn't have a scene like a LA, Vegas, like a New York, or, and a Miami. You know what I'm saying? But I think that within time and me being one of the front leaders to kind of show that we can break down barriers and cross some borders and cross some countries. Right now I think that the music scene is thriving at its best. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying, that it's ever been. And like I said, I give us maybe another year or two, and I think that we'll really be breaking through and breaking some barriers, bro.
Yeah, and it looks like you're going to be, like you said, you're the front runner of that, being, repping for your city, and you're going to be one of the first people to really shoot it up, and have as much exposure and respect as all the other major like music scenes that you would hear about in the States, man. So,
Right.
you're on your way of doing that. So when it comes to music now, like, what was it like in the family household? Like, you growing up within music, was this something that the family was into? Because when did you get to the point of taking music seriously? Because I know that we're going to get to the game in a bit as far as like when you met him, but were you
Yeah.
doing a lot of music beforehand as far as like, getting yourself as an artist? And yeah, what was the music like in household?
Um, well, in the household, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, my family always played music. Now that's where the love and the passion really, you know, started from. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom would be playing, Anita Baker, Whitney Houston, you know
Ooh.
what I'm saying? My dad would be playing the Isley Brothers and stuff like that. But it wasn't until my uncle ended up Philly was starting to get bad, and my grandma wanted to get him out of there, so she sent him to come stay with us in Phoenix. And my uncle was older than me at the particular time. He was in high school, of course, but he was into the Ice Cubes and the NWAs and the LL Cool J's. And once I got a whiff of that, man, I think from that particular standpoint, it was something that I felt that when I got older and I really understood how to do those particular type of things, that I would really turn that into a career. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Um, like I said, man, graduated from high school, then went to college, and then that's when I really started getting serious about, you know, really turning this into not just something that I love to listen and do, but into a real business. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And really be a viable commodity of something that I can build from. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? At that particular time, man, it just really, you know, I got into the motion of just, like I said, writing, music and printing up CDs and mixtapes and pushing them in the streets to really garnish a brand and a buzz, which, like I said, at that particular point, eventually got into the hands of game. And, it was on ever since then.
Yeah. What before we get into your meeting game, because like it's interesting. I read about it and I think like yeah, I was thinking like not the most conventional way of like doing it, but
Right.
like we'll get into it. But what was your first studio experience like?
And that to some people, a lot of their first studio experiences are horrible. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because, truthfully, but mine was kind of where I found my strong point.
Mm.
I think for myself, I have a great mic voice. So being able to hear myself on a record or just on a disc, it motivated me 10 times more because I thought that I just sounded good. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, and it thrived me to want to do it more. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And spend more time in the studio, more time creating records, and more time, just creating things that, like, people would like. So it was dope, man. It was dope.
Mm. I found that interesting because I remember being in school and there was one exercise I had to do and I had to record my voice in a cassette tape. And I
Right.
remember like the Walkmans back in the day. And when I heard my voice back, I was thinking like, nah, I sound horrible. What is this? Like, I'm not used
Man.
to this. I can't deal with this.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how you said that the more you heard your voice, the more you was thriving on it, and it was just like, okay, now I can really develop my voice even further and even
Thanks.
get the juices even going further for you. So I mean, even at this stage, like a lot of your catalog, it's just like you can mold into two. It's almost like I can hear two different people sometimes on a track,
For
but
sure.
we know it's
For
you.
sure. Yeah, for sure. No, 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 for sure. And I think at that particular aspect, that's where the growth and just the homework and putting in the hours and times in the studio came from. You know what I'm saying? I think that just, like even right now, I tell people, like, I'm really developing to a masterful artist at this particular point right now. I'm very comfortable. I'm very, what I'm saying, I'm very comfortable with the music. It's very strong, it's very vibrant, and it's very clear. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I love it.
And I definitely like. Again, we're gonna go into some of your projects in a bit, man, because some of them are just dope and fire, man. Like especially on my part, like some of them I had a woo.
Yeah.
That you, yeah? Okay. All right. Say
Yeah,
no
yeah,
more. Say no more.
yeah.
So I mean, let's take it back to when you met the game then, because you were at the very first BET Hip Hop Awards,
Yeah.
2006, and which was around about the same time where the game had was it the documentary and Doctor's
Yes.
Advocate, who's really coming into the mainstream, like he was really at the beginning of his mainstream career, and yeah, when it came to you meeting him, apparently
Yeah.
you were given a demo to him, but it took two
Yeah.
attempts. But the first attempt wasn't as strong because apparently you were trying to just give the demo to him, but his manager was like, "What are you doing?" and all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff. But it seemed like both attempts, because you then the second attempt you went up to the bar. He was in the VIP, which I think it was in Phoenix Club, and
yeah.
you were trying to pass it on to him again, and it looked like you guys were just about to scrap, and then literally
Right.
it literally made the turnaround. So talk to me about the
Yeah.
experience of meeting him, and how he made the turnaround to say like, okay, I'm gonna listen to your shit.
You know what it is with Game is, and I tell the story all the time. Like, I understand, like, Game is at that time was a hard gangster rapper. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And you don't know who's really there supporting you, and you don't know who's really there to try to get you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like that, I mean, that just that particular time, man, I just think that I was in a position that I've been that artist to give my record to a manager, to a security guard, or to somebody,
Mm.
and it never gets back to the person that it was intended to get to. They always throw it away or forget it or something. No, it just, like I said, for Game, it was just at that particular time. I just didn't feel comfortable giving it to somebody else. I
Mm.
just wanted to make sure that he got it. If he threw it away, that'd have been fine. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because I knew that he got it. But I mean, I just walked into the VIP, man, and everybody surrounded me, kind of grabbed me a little bit, and I just gave him like a heartfelt speech. I said, "Hey, man, I'm just a young dude out here trying to make it." I was like, I don't want an autograph. I don't need nothing like that. I didn't want to give this CD to your manager, to your security guard. I just wanted to give it to you. Now, if you throw it away and or you don't want to listen to it, I'm okay with that. But I just want to make sure you get it. So,
Mm.
hey, he must have felt me because he took it. And then when he left, I got a phone call and a plane ticket the next day, and
Wow.
it was Black Wall from there. Yeah, man.
Wow, wow. So it was just like that. So what were the conversations like after? I mean, he must have heard your CD, called you the next day,
Yeah.
and said like, "I'm putting you on a plane." What was the initial conversation like, as far as him liking what you're doing, and then getting to the point of being signed under, Black Wall Street? What was those conversations there?
You know, it was just, he really, really, it's funny because he said that I reminded him of him, but a little bit younger and just a little bit fresher, like without so much of the street drama. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And, you know, like, he really instantly became a big brother. You know what I'm saying? He really helped me start, finding a bigger sound and helping me really understand what it takes to create a great body of work and some good music. I helped him create, the Doctor's Advocate, of course, and a couple other, records and things like that. And then he eventually signed me at that point. You know what I mean? And then I ended up becoming his protege. And, we ended up going around the world touring and doing, rock star shit that rock stars do. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
So
crazy
yeah,
man.
man.
Because I mean, you're living that life, so you got like a taster of what it's like to really like bring in that superstar element of your career as far as like being an artist. I mean, also like I seen that you've done a few tracks together over the years as well. Like
Yeah.
before you changed your name from Juice to Richie Evans, like you had like Rollin' and Who Got the Juice
Yeah.
Now, and even like 2015 you had the track Fatty as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So did you do a lot of tracks together whilst being under him as a protege, and like was that the
Yeah.
intention? Like guide us through on that.
Yeah. We at that time we did a lot of records together. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? And you know, I never wanted to release a lot of them because I wanted to kind of stand on my own relevance. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? I felt like, if I keep putting out records with Game, that's always going to be the
I
topic of discussion, or
I
that's
hear you.
always going to be
Yeah,
the theme for a person. But
right.
And I came into this industry to kind of really stand on my own. But yeah, man, like I said, we did a lot of amazing things and a lot of great music. And like I said, he's armed me with a lot of the skills to be able to move forward and stand on my own. So I always salute Big Bro, man. It's forever.
Yeah, and of course, like you were with him for a couple of years, and
Yeah.
it was short lived. But it seemed that you got a lot of gems with him at the time that you were.
Yes.
Obviously, being documented that there was a fallout between him and G Unit and 50 Cent at the time, well
Yeah.
documented. So you then separating in a mutual respect thing as well. What did you
Yes.
most take away from working with Game, and what's the best advice it's ever given you?
You know, I would say the biggest gem that I walked away from with Game was just his work ethic. I think that people don't really understand that, like, he really is a workaholic. Like, he is a real, he's in the studio from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. every day. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? He gets up, he works out. I mean, he does all the necessary things that are needed to really be successful in this industry. So I've really took away that, and also just getting your business right.
Mm.
You already spoke on it, that there was a big fallout between him and G Unit over some contractual obligations and other types of things like that. And that was something at the time that I was there for, at the tail end, that I was able to watch and learn what to do and what not to do.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I got to be there front and center. So that's probably one of the biggest takeaways that I got from him, is just to make sure that you really got your business right and you're doing what you want to do for your career. I think that people fail to realize this. Yeah, we got managers, we got labels, we got agents, assistants, you know what I'm saying, marketing people, but they all work for you, the artist. So you got to make sure that your vision, you know what I'm saying, your blueprint, your plan, and your music is displayed and spoken to these people, so it can be progressed to the world the right way. So yeah, man,
It
I learned
se-
some shit from them.
it seems to be destiny, because I mean everything that played out, within the late 2000s, and then you mutually splitting and doing your own thing. It couldn't have come any better for you as far as learning, whilst it being exposed to what had been going on at the time, and
Right,
understanding what to do and what not to do. So then obviously, you coming out and doing things on your own now, which you intended to do from the very beginning.
right.
What was the mentality after you made the split? Like, what was the decisions that you made and going like, okay, I'm gonna go full swing on this on my own now? How did you set it up for yourself so that you were ready to like go full speed ahead?
Um, I want to say after the last tour that we did, we got back to the States and we had a meeting at Interscope. And a lot of the, like I said, myself, New Jersey Devil, Menace, like all the artists who were signed under Game at that particular time, we was all just kind of wondering why our albums wasn't coming out. Like, we always asking ourselves, like, did we do something wrong? And then we ultimately had a team meeting, and Game was just open and honest. He was like, nah, man, all of you guys' albums are fire. But he was like, because of his obligation with 50 Cent and G Unit, you know what I'm saying, it kind of affected everybody else.
Mm.
So at that particular point, he knew some of us had some other offers and wanted to do some other things. So he respectably, just as a big brother, was like, listen, man, if you guys want to, step away from this situation and stand on your own, I mean, I'm gladly, going to support that, because I don't want to see you guys stuck up under this umbrella and
Mm.
not getting your just due. So,
Wow.
like I said, man, he gave us the blessings and let us out, our contracts, free and clear. And, I think that anybody and everybody who was signed to that label at that particular time, who is on their own right now, I think we all kind of have the same goal, is just we all want to go out here, be successful, and hopefully make him proud. So,
I
that's really
mean,
it.
hearing that story, I got to give, congratulations to the game even further for
Yeah.
allowing you guys to, spread your wings and, whatever the situation was, like you could just do things on your own. I'll respect that. You know what I mean? There's a big brother to you. You do what it is that, you got to do and handle your business. So, much respect to the game, man, for that.
Right.
But I mean, of course, like you didn't just collaborate with the game. I mean, some of the artists that I've came across that you worked with, like Shyne. I mean,
Yeah.
Mano, Bun B. I mean,
Yeah.
Eric
Yeah.
Bellinger, J Rock,
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar. Oh my gosh! Like
Yeah.
your catalog of collaborations is monumental in itself. I mean, like what? I mean, take us back to the early collaboration days. I mean, what stands out to me is like specifically like with Shyne and Bun B, like
Yeah.
they're legends in their own right. Like so,
Yeah.
take us back to those early collaboration days and like how did you make those networks? Was it through the game? Was it through yourself? Like, did you manage to
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
find people?
Both. Both. It was I met Bun and I met Shyne, what I'm saying, through game. Shyne and game had a relationship, and so did Bun. So whenever we would, go to Houston or be in these certain types of areas, man, they would see us in the studio working together. And they would always ask, like, yo, who is the young kid? I mean, the young kid is in here working with you. Like, again, I was the artist that was in the studio with them from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.,
Right.
making it shake, creating ideas and, giving hooks and just really being a positive, a positive help, what I'm saying, to where whatever was needed. Through that particular time, I was also working on my album as well. So outside of me just sitting there making music and doing things like that, I was building personable and in business relationships as well that maybe that they can help me on mine whenever that time
Mm.
came. And Shyne, like I said, he's a legend within his own right. You know what I mean? I had a record that I felt that I would like him to be on, and I gave it to him. He called me and he loved it. And same with Bun B, man. Bun did one better. I sent him the record. He flew out to Phoenix to come and see me and hang with me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And yeah, give me some gems and shit like that. So yeah, man. I've had an opportunity or two to really build with some monumental people and staples in this particular industry that I for sure don't take for granted. You know what I mean?
And it seems like you're very humble of those approaches as well. I mean, I've got to talk about Kendrick Lamar as well. I mean, because he's practically untouchable as far as how he's built it with his career, like
Right.
pretty much a Jay-Z level, a Beyonce level. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've seen him from the very beginning when he had short nappy hair in the beginning of
Right.
his career, and all of a sudden he's just blown like to unbelievable levels. Like when you see your peers like that, like climb so high, like
Right.
do you aspire to like reach to that level? I mean, it sounds like a no-brainer, but do you aspire to reach to that level of success?
Oh, for sure. That's the motive. Like I said the Kendrick thing all the time. I'm like, you know, Kendrick is a peer. Like that's my peer. Like me and him ate McDonald's together, drank tequila together, went on tour. You know what I'm saying? And to see my peer become basically like the face of the industry, like he's probably the biggest name in music besides Drake. You
Mm,
know what I'm saying? To see that is humbling and it's motivation and love all within its own right. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? And it also just shows anybody that, man, if you just, like I said, buckle down, work hard, and make great music, man, that shit can happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it seems like now with the direction you're going in as far as like your trajectory of music, that you're on your way to that that you're
Appreciate
bringing yourself to being a household name within the industry as a lone figure, like in that sense. So you're doing your own thing on that. And I
you.
just
Okay.
wanted to touch on as well, like, because you said you've been to London quite a few times.
Yeah.
Have you ever picked up on our accent?
I try. I try. You feel me? I try, but I just can't do it.
Okay.
But I will say this though.
Yeah.
There are a few things that I love when I'm in London.
Right.
And people laugh at me because they think it's the same, but I don't think. I think that your guys is Fanta The soda.
Yeah, we drink Fanta. Yeah.
I think your Fanta is phenomenal. I
Really?
think that, yeah, it's way different than back here.
I would have thought the Fanta on your side was much better when I went over there.
Nah, man, that's how I feel about your guys. Your
Wow.
guys is salt and vinegar chips, phenomenal.
Yes.
Your guys is Jaffa cakes, phenomenal.
You're into listen, that's monumental right there. That will be the IG clip. You're into Jaffa cakes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, amazing. I mean, what is it about Jaffa cakes you like so much? Because I mean, we like it over here.
Yeah, man, listen, between fish and chips, Jaffa cakes, what else did I have over there, man? For breakfast, you guys do the salmon, it's like the salmon and eggs type thing that we had at the hotel, but I loved it.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, long story short, no, it's just I like your guys' food, man. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
I think what seems to be the most monumental as far as our country is Nandos. Have you ever been to a Nandos?
Oh my God! What? The chicken spot? That's my shit. We eat that every time we land. It's crazy. No, it's crazy because I say that out here. So there's only one Nandos in America, and it's in
Maryland, isn't it?
Maryland. Yeah, I was just in Baltimore.
Right.
Baltimore,
the reason why I know that is because we interviewed Peter Rosenberg quite a number of years ago, and he's based in Maryland, and he said that was the only one that they had in the States. So when they come over here, it's like wow, you got so many of them.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I when I went back home to Philly, and then I specifically flew out of Baltimore so I can go to Nandos.
Wow.
Yeah, see? Nandos is fire, man. Nandos is fire.
I've had a few successful. I was going to say I had a few successful dates in Nandos as well. So I mean, it's a no-brainer, really.
Man, it's crazy because I tell people all the time. They be like, "Yo, you talk about this Nandos like it is just the best chicken ever," and I'm like, "Man, it is."
But you know what I like over in the States? I like a Popeyes, and I love a Wendy's.
Oh yeah.
You know, like is that a common thing over in Arizona? Like, you know, if there's like a hot spot in Arizona, like where would you take me as far as a food spot?
I mean, now, are you talking about just Arizona food or just like food that's hot in America in Arizona? Because like I would take you to like, have you heard of Wingstop?
Yes, I have. We actually have a few Wingstops in London.
Okay, so yeah, like Wingstops is hot out here. Of course, Popeyes is hot out here. Wendy's is hot out here too. But in Arizona, like I would have to take you to like a couple taco places. Like I would really have to take you to some authentic, you know what I'm saying, Mexican food and stuff like that. That's what, you know, Arizona's pretty much known for. So I would for sure have to do that. Tacos and tequila, baby. I would take you to get some tacos and tequila.
I mean, tequila. I've had a few times, but the amount of times I've had tequila and I'm slightly wobbly afterwards.
No, I get it.
What's your drink of choice? So is it tequila? Like if you had like a drink that you'd have right now on your tab, what would it be?
Cognac. It either gotta be Hennessy or Remy. You know what I'm saying? I'm now, you know, it used to be tequila when I was on my young and wild days, but now I'm kind of more reserved. So, I mean, I'll take a little bit of, ginger ale and cognac and kind of keep it light. You know what I mean? Something cool.
Okay. I mean, there's a drink we had. Have you ever heard of Disaronno?
No, yes, I have.
Yeah. I love that one because it's a creeper, but it's nice, it's sweet, it's not too gas. It doesn't give you gas like beer. It's literally just so like a chill drink, and that's my go-to, man. So like, if you ever have Disaronno's back of your crib, I'm there for it. Do you know what I mean?
I got you.
I hear that. Well, I mean, you know, going into your catalog, you know, I have to say, like, Legends Never Die is my shit.
Thank you.
You know, when you collaborated with Marley and Collins, I mean, such an epic beat as well. I mean, like, sick flows throughout, and it kind of the hook kind of reminds me of the intro to Sierra's Ride It.
Okay.
Was that?
I can see that. I can see that. I
Yeah,
can see it.
yeah,
That wasn't the premise, but I
right.
can see it though.
Yeah, because it's almost like I mean, obviously you must have not thought of that at the time, but obviously hearing that, and I'm thinking like, ooh, that flow. Like I heard it somewhere before, and then and I heard it instant, I thought Sierra. Like, yeah, I remember where that came from. But you had your own twist to it, and I love that. And of course, like, let me talk your shit. I mean, you can't even do wrong there. Like, I love the chorus, and even when I heard the hook, I felt like the game was in there, even though he wasn't. But it felt
Right.
it felt like the vibe was like there was two different people on the track. Like, was that the
Right.
intention when you made like "Let Me Talk That Shit"?
Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? For the hook, I had to make sure it was full, and I wanted to bring it more from a stadium standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a full, like, you know, if I'm performing that at a summer jam or performing that somewhere, like I just wanted the full affection of it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was the point of doing that.
Okay, I hear that. I hear that because I mean, when I listen to your music, I feel that there's a sense of nostalgia, like, but it's brought to our current time. So what it was in the 2000s and the 90s, and I hear that with your music brought into these times. But I feel like you keep the integrity of like the true rap hip hop form. Was that something that you were conscious of? Because obviously now, like, we have these times where it's about the TikTok generation and
Right,
drill music with Pop Smoke, rest in peace.
right.
And certain trap music, where Future kind of really set that off from years ago. Were you conscious of making sure the integrity of rap in your form was still alive and kept to current times?
Yeah, no, I mean, I always make sure that the integrity in what I do is intact. You know what I'm saying? I always try to be my authentic self, but also deliver a great body of work for sure. Um, but I also understand that, music evolves. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like, the Pop Smoke situation, you know what I mean? The drill music, different types of genres of music are still there. I'll eventually, get to some of those if it sounds and makes sense for
And
myself.
it
You know
feels
what I'm
right to
saying?
you, of course.
Yeah. And it feels right to me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about me over anything that I tell people is just my common goal, man, is just I hope that I can make great music for the world. And I hope that, people can really just understand and feel my vibes.
Mm. Speaking of drill music, like, because obviously, like, Pop Smoke made it like really well known in the States. Like, have you heard of any of our UK drill on our side?
I have actually. Um, I forgot Buddy's name, but I've heard a couple people. You know what I'm saying? Drill is big over there, like super, super
It
big over
really,
there.
it really is. It really is. It's almost like with. I mean, because I feel like I'm a generation before, so now I'm learning about more
Right,
drill, even going into it, and it's
right.
really, really popping over here.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I mean, is there like UK artists in general that you've heard on our side that I mean, one you would like to collaborate with, but just in general, like, what have you got a flavor for like UK artists that you're known? I mean, because obviously you toured all over London, like, so have you
Right.
heard of artists on our side that you are aware of that you would like to work with in the future?
Well, so a lot of the new artists that I've heard were all drill. And it's funny because I was just having this type of discussion with the label the other day. I was like, now that things are starting to open up and we're starting to get these tour dates, when I go back to London, I want to stay there I want to get there a week in advance before,
Mm,
and I just want to just embrace the scene. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? I really want to go out there and listen to see who's the next and what's the thrive in the music and what's going on to hopefully, find an artist or two that we can collaborate with and create something epic. You know what I
mm.
mean? Like I said, I know it's kind of different now because of the pandemic and things like that. But as soon as we fully come up out of it, that's what I'm gonna do.
Is there a few names that stand out that you've been hearing on our side?
There is one. There's a kid. Is he from? Is it Brixton?
Could be.
I think he's from Brixton, but his name is Mickey, and he's new. He's new,
Okay.
but he's Haitian, but he lives out there. He's Haitian, and
Okay.
yeah, he's Haitian, and he has the Shyne, the original Shyne type vibe,
Okay.
but like newer, like drillish. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
But and I'm, and matter of fact, and I'm gonna make sure that I you know, once we get off, I'm gonna make sure I email it to you so you can kind of do some research and
Yeah,
check
yeah.
him out.
Please do that. Yeah.
He's somebody I might have you help me kind of connect with. We can build that bridge and gap to make something happen.
I mean, if I can make that happen, yeah, for sure, man, 100%, man. So just going back a bit, what we were talking about earlier, like you've had experience, like working under a label, being at the games
Right.
label, and obviously being independent. I'm assuming that you're under a label, but you're independent as an artist. Is that your status
Yeah.
at the moment?
Yeah. I call it independently major.
Right.
Like I said, I was
Okay.
able to, sign myself to my company TEA, and then we ended up doing a corporate deal with what I'm saying, a company, and like I said, it's been working, man.
Okay, and it has been so far for you. So what I was going to ask are you wanting to remain on the independent route, and
Um,
or do you eventually want to be part of a record deal again, or what would it take essentially? I mean, it sounds like you're doing
there's
your own thing though.
Yeah. Right now, I think that how we're moving, what I'm saying, we're looking good. I think that the relationship I have with my parent company right now, like, they're doing their job. We're doing everything the right way. There are other offers out there, but I felt like I didn't want to jump back into that sector just yet. I felt like I was signed the game for so long in Interscope that, I kind of wanted to play Kobe right now and kind of like pick and choose my team. You know what I'm saying, and try to see if I can take us to a championship. But
Right,
like I
right,
said,
right.
from the way we looking right now, man, I don't know, man. We looking good out here in these
Yeah,
streets right now, baby.
I mean,
You know?
speaking of looking good, that brings me to for you, your latest
Yeah,
single with Vedo. Is it Vedo or Vido? How do I pronounce it?
Vito.
Vito. So, for
Yeah,
you, I mean, banging track once again. I mean, again,
thank
you
you.
can't do no wrong. I definitely feel a sense of nostalgia with the beat and especially some of the instruments, and it also
Yeah,
gives me the vibe of like just dancing with a lady if I had one.
yeah,
I'm single at the
yeah.
moment, but if I had one, I'd be doing that. Get myself in the mood, kind of leading, to sort of the bedroom vibes, the ones there that just like a teaser preview, when you watch them classic black romantic movies, what I mean, like Love
Right.
and Basketball, like that's the
Yeah.
sort of vibe I get when I listen to For You.
Good shit. Good
Was that
shit.
was that the sort of vibe that you was coming with? Like, was that what made you decide to make this one?
Um, yeah, sort of. I just was really on some grown man energy at that time. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like, I wanted to showcase a different skill set as far as, not really just being known as being a hard rapper or just a, hip hop enthusiast, but also wanted to show another lane, like I'm human. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm a man's man too. You know what I mean? And you know, I wanted to tap into, of course, the female demographic and fan base, which I feel is like working. It's super working right now. So, I'm glad that me and Vito put that track together, man, and made it what it is, because, like I said, it's really bubbling and making a lot of noise right now.
So it sounds like you didn't want just to be the hard sort of guy
Right,
all the
right,
time, and you wanted to kind of like ease the flex a little bit. I mean, make sure the ladies get the get all the feels from you as well, so
for
they get a
sure.
taste of what you're about. Do you know what I mean? Who would be your woman crush if this song was directed at your woman crush? Who would it be?
I truthfully, I would just have to say, what I'm saying, the lady I got.
Oh, frozen it.
Shit,
Oh,
from the first
frozen it.
time I seen her. So yeah, I got my woman crush, so I'm good.
Oh
Uh,
no! You were frozen for literally 10 seconds. It sounded like it was just like the whole 10 seconds was like, maybe it was just a teaser what you just said. So
no,
can you
no, no,
repeat
no.
what you just
I was
said?
just no. I was just saying. I was like, I'm one of the lucky ones, because what I'm saying. I got my woman crush that I used to crush on all the time. You
Wow.
know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
see,
Like
see, you got her.
your dream girl. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was able to to make that work. So I'm good in that department, man.
Okay. I wish it was that simple for me just to like, sing a few lines and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, I got her, and it's taken me a long time, and I'm still in that situation now of not getting reaching there yet. But hopefully, if I play a lot of For You, then hopefully I'll get my my results that I want.
That's what you got to do right there. Hey man, play that For You, and then it'll bring some vibes to you.
I hear that, man. Well, I mean, I'm hearing that you got a project coming out this summer. So if you'd like to talk to us about that, Highly Favored, if I'm right.
Yeah. It's like I said, I got the EP dropping called Highly Favored, dropping this summer. Like I said, the first 2 singles off the EP is out now. Let Me Talk That Shit, available right now on all the platforms. For You is out right now too, available on all the platforms. I want to say that the video for You is dropping next Friday.
Because I saw the trailer. Because I wasn't sure if the video was. I've heard the song. I saw the trailer. I'm thinking like, oh, when we getting the video?
yeah. It's dropping next Friday. Actually, it's premiering on next Friday. So, yeah, man. So, like I said, man, I just hope everybody stay tuned and really, tap in with me, because we're working right now, man.
You're putting in a lot of that work, man. I mean, what's next for you in general, anyway? Because I mean, obviously, as the world is slowly opening up now, I mean, I guess touring would be as part of it, because we haven't been able to do that for a long time, and obviously with a lot of venues being closed down as well, I would assume performing would be another thing that you're looking forward to. I mean, so what's next on the horizon for you?
Man, like I said, right now, man, we're gonna work these 2 records, man. We're gonna jump on this radio run, get everything to where it needs to be. Like I said, hopefully shortly that the world opens up a little bit so we can start rocking these crowds and start, really going out here to meet the fans and touring. You know what I mean? And then from that particular point, drop the EP. I'm gonna follow up with my debut album after that, and then hopefully find a couple of artists that I can help mentor and sign, and get the label cracking from that standpoint.
So like how you were the protege of the game, now you want to have artists that will become proteges to you. So it's kind of like a domino effect of what's going on with you.
1,000%.
I hear that. Well, before I let you go, I have a few fan questions for you.
Okay.
So I mean, big up to yourself for reposting our IG story. We had a few fan questions come in, so I'm just gonna put a few out to you. There was quite a lot, so we just had to pin it down to the couple of them. So the first one comes from Myra_energy. I don't know how comfortable we're doing this one. She says he has to pick one. Show us the eighth pick in your camera roll, or tell us who his girlfriend is.
Ooh, that's hard. Hey, people doing the research. I gotta show them the 8th pick. I would show the 8th pick.
Okay.
That's what I would do. Go ahead, Doug.
I knew you was gonna come with the pick. I knew it.
Yeah. Gotta do it.
Right,
you really want to show my 8th pick?
Yeah, of course. We're here.
Oh, my fault. Hold on.
I love this.
Oh, there it is. It was what I ate yesterday for Cinco de Mayo out here.
Ooh.
I had some a whole fried snapper and some in ceviche.
Oh, that looks so good.
Yeah, man.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I mean, well, Myra, you got your answer. So he showed it the 8th pick. So yeah, man, big up to Myra for that. Next one is from Lux Hitter. I think we kind of touched on this before, but what was the motivation that made you want to become a recording artist?
It was a lot. You know what I'm saying? I just, I started out with just having a passion for music. And then it just ended up getting to the point to where I knew that I could become one of the greats, and that's what I'm striving to do.
Okay. Well, I mean, we touched on it earlier, and then obviously he's on his way to full greatness, man. So big up to Lux Hitter. Next one is from Mo.Carrick. He actually has a few, so he was kind of cheating here. It was meant to be one question, but you got a few in there. So first one was dream collabs.
I would say Usher, Chris Brown, and Justin Timberlake.
Ooh. Okay. I like those already, and good prospects for that as well. He said opinion on R. Kelly. I don't know where that came from, but I mean, you know,
I think that R. Kelly is a great writer. I think he has probably one of the best catalogs, but I think he's a weirdo in real life.
okay, that makes it easy enough. I couldn't agree with you more. And the final one from him was, if he could be in a reality show, which one would you go on?
Mm. How about can I say a TV show instead of a reality show?
I mean, well, let's flip. I mean, it's not for you, Mo, but let's flip it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would Shark Tank.
Okay. A lot of people have been telling me about Shark Tank, but I've not really come to grips with it. Like, what's the
Yeah.
buzz around it?
Yeah, it's just, you got a bunch of multi-million-dollar investors who is looking for the next best thing, and they
Right.
personally invest in these particular companies, people's or startups, you know what I'm saying, out of their own personal pocket and help them become great. So yeah, I would say Shark Tank.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Last one. This one's from Hustle Simmons. ESQ. I'm not sure how it's spelled, but
Okay.
big up to Hustle Simmons. When is the collab with the Virginia artist that broke a World Star hip hop record, Brown Sugar, going down?
Oh man, whenever they reach out to me and line it up, you know what I'm saying? That's it.
I didn't know what that was. I mean, something I'm probably slow at, but big up to Hustle Simmons, man. So thank you for all your questions. And Richie Evans, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you, my bro. Thank you so much for joining me, man.
Man, I got you. Like I said, man, make sure you stay in tune with Vic. Let's make sure that we connect up and everybody stay on the lookout for that new EP, Highly Favored, and make sure y'all get that for you right now.
All
Yeah.
right, trust me. I was gonna ask if you can tell our audience where they can catch you on all the socials, as what's coming up for you.
Oh
Well,
man,
the
man, man, man,
floor is yours, my dude.
man, got to do that, man. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Who Is Richie. Like I said, man, talk to me, I talk back. Let me know. Come on.
All right, cool. Let's do this. And obviously, Phoenix representing. You know what I mean? Arizona will stand up. All of that good stuff. So, Richie, it's been a pleasure, bro. And hopefully, we get to see you back in London one day. Obviously, you've toured around before, and obviously now your own man. You know what I mean? Get your ass over here. You know what I mean? When the
Man,
first
I'm,
opportunity you can, bro.
I'm coming. As soon as it's open back up, I'm out there, man. We're going to make it work. All right.
All right, cool. Salute to you, my bro, and enjoy the rest of your day, brother.
Thank you, fella.
All right, peace,
Bye.
man.